smoothly when you know the right steps. With Asana, you can coordinate tasks across teams and stay on track so your team can spend more time celebrating wins. Try it for free at asana.com.
All right, everyone. How are y'all doing? Welcome in and welcome back. Okay, so we got some reviews to do, guys, and I've been meaning to do this, and I finally have the chance to do it, and I was gonna do it right now, right then and here and there, and pretty much everywhere. I'm probably gonna do some editing around with this video and make actual YouTube video. We'll see what happens. All right, so we have a couple things to talk about. Pretty much what we're going to be talking about is season 15 in Sea of Thieves. And if you guys have other kind of reviews you want me to talk about or anything else about Sea of Thieves, go ahead and talk some about it and ask me any questions you have with Sea of Thieves in the actual comments right down below. Don't forget to hit that follow and or that subscribe, guys. I do massively appreciate it. And like the live or the video whenever you're here. It does massively help out, and we are below 100 subscribers, so it means the world, each individual one, particularly right now. Anyways, so I wanted to let you guys know about what is happening. What is this realm, this world that we're talking about? Sea of Thieves is, of course, I'll skip and go over here. Sea of Thieves is quite literally a video game that is based off of an open world sandbox slash PvP PvE world of pirates, mythical-ish kind of vibe with it. And I would like to talk about currently the situation that we're in. A majority of viewers and gamers who play this video game or who would like to play this video game, they've had lots of really cool updates in the past. They've had lots of really cool additions that you can still enjoy and get experience into the world of Sea of Thieves. The main thing I do have to say, though, in the past 2 to 3 updates, seasons, have been particularly low lacking and unfavorable, due to the fact that a lot of the game has been breaking, particularly servers, particularly how the game runs on your computer, and situations and bugs, particularly as well as cheaters. There's a massive problems with cheaters. But I'm going to say right now, with watching a couple of updates and YouTube videos that have just come out, including one that came out literally a couple hours ago, I'm going to do a review on that actual YouTube video. I have watched all these videos pre in advance before I started doing this, so I would like to let you guys know it's not my first look into the whole thing. I've been studying Sea of Thieves for about 2.5, almost 3 years now, and pretty much really got into the actual game itself about 2 years, maybe a little bit less than 2 years ago. Um, I've really enjoyed the game. I've really had a massive, strong side with enjoying its content, the way you can play, you stream. Even if you're not a content creator, it's a fun game. You just go out with your buddies. You have a sloop, which is 1 to 2 players. You have a brig that's 1 to 3 players, and you have a galleon or galley that is 1 to 4 people max that you can play with. Um, lots of really fun stuff going on here. I'm going to say right now, um, it's lacking, but there's a lot of really cool, fun stuff that they could do, that they should do, and I definitely think they could do. Um, that could massively improve the game. I am not someone who knows everything about gaming, creating game, behind the scenes, uh, game creation. I'm nowhere remotely even close to it right now. So I would really appreciate if you guys have more information about creating or making games or keeping games to update. Let me know down below in the about information. You can go and message me as well. I think a really big thing right now is there's lots of things they're adding. There's lots of things they have out in the servers in the world that you're running around doing things. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of little things that I truly do believe affect the gameplay and how the game runs, and of course, the server's health. Um, I have lots of recommendations in which they could fix if they haven't already, which I think actually in a couple of these videos, they've mentioned a couple of these things, and I was like, they pretty much understood already what they needed to do. Why didn't they do that years ago? But here we go. What I'm going to say right now is 100% a review on these updates, these videos about on YouTube of either other content creators and or Sea of Thieves website itself that they've posted on YouTube. So one of the streamers I'm immediately going to call out right now is someone called Captain Falcor. Captain Falcor is one of my favorite Sea of Thieves content creators. His videos are fun, funny, and enjoying in the sense of how much behind the scenes stories could happen, would happen, will happen, and the possibility of what could be happening in the long run. So I definitely recommend go ahead and that subscribe button for Captain Falcor as well. Let him know you came from this channel. I do appreciate it massively. Anyways, another content creator I'm gonna say right now is gonna be someone who I'm a massive fan of being in this chat, being in this stream live, talking to him. He's been such a fun and amazing man and fun, experienced content creator as well as streamer and Sea of Thieves partner. Both these people are both Sea of Thieves partners. The other one is Behaving Beardly. I can actually go on YouTube and go Behaving, I think is how you spell it. I can never remember else. Okay, there we go. Behaving Beardly right here. Go ahead and subscribe to him as well. He is an awesome, fun, cool dude. I always have a blast in his live streams, going him up and give some love for him. All right. Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and pause the music for 1 second, and I'm gonna go into full screen. Let's go into 4K right here, and I'll let you guys watch the video right now. Then we can do go backs and talk about all the other. I have like I think 2 or 3 videos to talk about. So here we go.
With Sea of Thieves Season 15, we're going wild. There's terrifying encounters with ancient Megalodon, big changes for the Hunter's Call, and a menagerie of new creatures to find throughout the seas. So grab your gear and get ready to go on the hunt as we track down everything coming in Sea of Thieves Season 15, Wild Things. Setting sail across the waves just got a whole lot more dangerous as 2 new ancient Megalodon have made their way to the Sea of Thieves. Pirates can now encounter the feared Red Maw, a red-hot foe that can set your ship alight with a single bite. This harbinger of heat can also supercharge the fire that burns at its core, and then release it as a devastating explosion. So keeping your distance is recommended. And then there's the Barnacle Dread. It uses the coral plates that cover its body as armor, which you'll need to blast away with cannon fire to have any hope of defeating this formidable beast. Let it get too close, and its electrifying bite will not only do massive damage to your ship, but it'll also spawn electric ocean crawlers on your deck. Shocking behavior. If there's one group who knows about taking on big fish, it's the Hunter's Call. And in Season 15, you can set sail as their emissary, flying the flag as their representative, and building your reputation with them at an increased rate. You can now also choose to embark on raid voyages on behalf of the Hunter's Call. Completing these voyages will net you a fine haul of Hunter's Call specific loot, helping you earn even more reputation. This means there's all new rewards to unlock too, allowing you to embrace the thrill of the hunt in all of your adventures. But that's not all. You can also take on new voyages from the Hunter's Call to go in search of treasured fish. Follow the Hunter's map and look out for the telltale signs of bubbles on the surface of the water. Then cast off and get ready for a fight as you reel in the biggest fish you've ever seen. Just make sure to keep an eye out for any jealous anglers hoping to pinch your catch. And later in the season, there's even more to come, with the addition of wild boars and their treasure-laden wallows, new throwable hunting spears, a variety of ambient wildlife that will make the world feel more alive than ever before, and the introduction of voyages for the Hunter's Call that'll send you across the waves to track down mighty Megalodon. And of course, a new season means you've got 100 levels of incredible rewards to unlock, with a variety of stunning items for both your ship and pirate. With these rewards, you can answer the call of the sea and set forth with the confidence of a fearless hunter. And there's even more up for grabs with the Plunder Pass, available as an optional purchase. You can unlock the stylings of a long-gone civilization with the Dynasty of the Deep ship collection and clothing. Not only that, there are also new items to unlock from completing new commendations and milestones too. So you can proudly display the treasured rewards of your accomplishments for all to see. So get ready to answer the call of the wild, uncover a treasure trove of rewards, and battle fearsome sea monsters as you embrace your inner hunter in Sea of Thieves Season 15, Wild Things.
All right. So, conversation right here now is we're going to review the actual video right now. This actual video. I'm going to mute this, but we're going to play this. So one thing that they're definitely gonna be adding is two new megalodon slash sharks. Um, and apparently, what I was told, or I believe, is gonna be they're gonna be like the burning blade in the way of they're roaming the seas. They're not actually gonna be a random spawn like the regular megalodons or like actual like an actual like voyage, for instance, where you can vote down on the table and look for them or hunt them. There might be a voyage at some point, but I've been told that is not what they're going to be meaningly. They're going to be actual roaming creatures that roam, and you'll visibly see and be able to get out of the way of or attract the attention of. Of course, there's the red maw, and the other one is the barnacle one. I'm gonna call it. That one, I think the barnacle one's gonna be really fun. Um, Personally, the red maw is really cool and really interesting. I do believe they are going to have the red maw in the fire district, and of course, this other one will be in a wider radius. But we'll see what happens elsewhere. Another thing I'm going to say right now is the amount of care that they're going for in the way of fishing. The actual emissary add on to being able to go hunting and fishing and having lots of fun and achieving these things, adding things that older content creators or player base that actually have been doing almost everything in the game. They're tired of doing the same thing. They're tired of nothing being really interestingly added on. And here's something completely new. And they're adding over 100 levels, new levels to the actual voyages. For instance, like this one of fishing, which I think is really cool. For instance, like the bubbles that you'll find in the water will be very interesting as well, because if that is just a random spawn somewhere random, that would be cool as well. Um, but it might just only be for the actual voyages that only you can see. Um, the boars, I'm not sure about the boars. I'm not sure about the boars. I don't know. I think the boars are a really cool idea. It's something new. It's something a little different, and it's a little bit perfectionist in the sense of it adds something a little easier and additional to the game that you just enjoy to see a lot of, and seeing something else living on the islands. And for instance, seeing boars guarding treasure. I mean, it's kind of redundant, right? That boars are guarding treasure. Why are they guarding treasure? But I guess it's just something added they wanted to add. And it makes sense, but in the same time, it doesn't make sense. It's doing what I thought they said they were going to do less of, which is less things on islands randomly. But this might only be for voyages, which, stand my correction right there, could still be the same problem. All right. So here's a big talk right over here. And the big talk is this. I've had some people say it's not going to do anything. It's just a little a detail in the water. Some people say it might replace mermaids. Some people say it's going to just be following your boat. Other people say it's just random spots that you'll find it. Also, some people say that it's going to be actually they can shock you and or kill you or whatever in the water. I don't know. I don't really care. It's a really cool little addition that they have where they added something a little bit more alive in the water, because in the water right now it is horrible. It's boring. It's just black water. I mean, black water is literally the ocean. I'm going to say this right now. The ocean is I lived on the Indian Ocean. I can tell you and verify with you right now the ocean is black. You cannot see anything. And you're lucky enough to have a video game that allows you to see something like for instance, this rock, the seaweed on the corner over here where I am, you know, but actually having the ability to see um other creatures in it is going to keep a little bit of a feeling of there's something else in this ocean, which is going to be an interesting touch, which is what they're going for, obviously. Another big thing as well is obviously at the outpost, they're adding a bunch of other things over here. Hello, Avery. How you doing? Welcome into the live stream. I think the really big thing right here is obviously you can sell your fish, you can get whatever you caught and bring it into any outpost and or the small islands. Um, I'll say a fishing outpost usually is what I usually call them. And now you can sell in any outpost, which is awesome, and or get a flag. Now, oh, I think that's actually the table right there with the little banner right there. That's an interesting little touch. Okay, so they have the sharks, they have the spear, they have the boar skull, wherever it is, and obviously they have fish skeletons. And guys, I'm just gonna say this right now. Why is there a picture um of a jellyfish? I understand that's boar. That's just shark. So you're hunting sharks or the red maw, whatever. And then you have like fish, right? Why is there those? Yo, thank you for the subscribe. I do appreciate massive thank you. Um excuse me. So that's gonna be an interesting one. I think it's interesting too that they decided not to put any coverage over this fishing spot, which is interesting, I think. Anyways, the new flag looks amazing. Just gonna say that right now. Meg bait. Season 15, Wild Things. All right, so we have basic flag. We have the interesting green, black, and gold, I would say, for the emissary. The red maw that is forever on fire. Personally, I wish they didn't add the fire. I wish they just got rid of the fire and just had it glowing or make it look like lava. So it like here with the gills, I want the rest of all these cuts and stuff to be see-through as well. That's personally why I would have chosen, but that's just me. Cool shark. It's a cool shark. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's terrifying. Imagine being in the galleon or anything and seeing that big thing coming at you. Yeah, I would be scared. The amount of damage it deals is crazy, plus the fire damage. Looks like it does more below deck damage too than upper damage if you're on the galleon. Oh, okay. So this is a big thing here, obviously. Big thing, literally. A massive explosion, probably about the size of one or two mega kegs. And then the radius is like 5 times, 10 times bigger. Because look how far away from the fire zone you are, right? And all of the, I'm just going to say this right now. I think Falcor said this as well. All of these sails go down from that radius. They weren't even in the fire blast. And then this new one, which I'm going to say right now, this new one I really like. It's my favorite shark. I'm going to say right now, particularly the eyes. I don't know why. There's something about the blue eyes. Oh, that's so cool. Hits you, electricity, zaps you. All of a sudden spawns these guys on you. Hell yeah. Gotta fight for it. You gotta destroy the armor to kill it, and it blows up in the zapping radius, I guess, as well. All right, and then yep, you got the emissary, flag, level 1. Got a new flag up top. All right, and then we got all these new voyages, and including rated voyages, which is a really big cool thing. I think they definitely should add, which they did add. Um, okay, I'm gonna go back for a second, right here. All right, personally, what I'm gonna say right now is, I wish these things were a little bit more blingy. I wish it was a little bit more of a bling. Just add maybe small little green or blue gems or something that pops just a little bit. These are just so boring looking, personally. And these jugs, like particularly these bottom three jugs, they don't have any kind of color. I kind of wished and hoped they were gonna have like, jugs with like floating fish eyes or something, something cool. But no, just something very boring. A little addition right here for inside your decoration of your ship. And then I'm guessing this is a costume set. This looks like a costume set. I'm just gonna say right now, just because of the fact that I mean, these look different though. The peg legs look very different. Hmm. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's a actual like. Okay. Voyages, hunter call, and then we got fishing maps, hunting and hunter. Wait, pirates fishing map, which I'm wondering if that is you catch one fish, right? And then hunter's fishing map is going to be an area in which you can fish a certain amount of fish at versus one fish, I guess. That's what I would guess. I don't know. And I guess they get better the more you level up as well, or more value. This is a cool little detail, and I really like it. Really, really cool. I wish they added that everywhere on the map. You know how you have those mermaid dive places? I want them to add things like that in those certain areas. Make like 4 or 5 spots per island or something like that. It'd be cool. And certain islands give certain fish. I like that little detail with the guy sneaking up on them. The boars, yet again, the boars are cool. The treasure, okay. Yeah, add boar meat to the game, please. That'd be cool. Boar meat, new meat. I do. I'm gonna say, if I wanted a pet in this game, having a little guy like that on my ship running around would be so cool. I'm just gonna say, add some wildlife to your boat. Got someone with the map. Got someone. Is that a new? Let me know if you guys know. Is that a new spyglass? Because that looks different, but it looks similar to something else I don't remember the name of. All right, so got a whole bunch of wow. Wait. I want to go back. I want to go back for just a second. Got beard, gold. We got face paint, cool stuff, more cool stuff. New flag. Wait, why is it purple? Am I crazy? Or did that have purple in it? Why does that have purple in it? I'm just gonna ask that wonder question right there. All right, and then we have 2 new hair sets, and then we have we have like a pineapple hat or something. I don't know. Got some interesting shirts and gloves. A dress. I don't know what that is. Oh, is that a blowpipe? Yo, we're getting a new blowpipe as well. A new skin for a blowpipe. Sword is kind of interesting. sails. The tattoo is really cool. I'm not gonna say no to that because that's like a yin and yang shark thing. That's pretty cool. Hell yeah. I like the sword. It's bulky, it's weird, but I like the sword. Oh, wait. There's a knife. Look at that. That's a cool knife. I like that knife. It's angled the wrong way, but I like that knife. And the hat. Okay, that's pretty cool. The plunder pass, which I'll never get because I never can get the plunder pass. I'm sad. Ship set. The new ship set is really dope. That is really cool, especially on the galleon. Controversy about the glasses. That is a really cool ship set, though. I like that. That's the free one. I like that. That is a really, really cool one. And that disgustingness. They got this. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, the fish in the jar would make so much sense as a thing that you could sell value as a fisherman. Why not have this as the treasure? But whatever. Cooler trinket, I guess. And we got some new uniforms. Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, I like what they've done. I like what they added, but I want to see truly more importantly, I want to see exactly what they're going to do and add in the sense of game mechanics of how they work. Like I want to see if they actually work healthy and it doesn't mess up the whole server. Okay, so since we're done with that, we're going to go over to this update. This is the new one, and this one literally happened a couple hours ago. And I'll be quiet here so you guys can hear him for the first time. And I won't say anything. If I'm gonna pause and say something, I'll pause it and say something.
Hey everyone! With Season 15 now right around the corner, let's dive in and share a little about what's coming up. First off, let's talk about how Season 15 is going to roll out. As I shared last year, we're going to be releasing our latest season, the anticipated expansion to the Hunter's Call, over February, March and April's updates. The primary goal here is to slow the rate of change arriving in each update. So
that is really good, by the way.
We can better maintain the health of the game, while also giving you all something to look forward to in each of the month's updates.
Perfect.
Season 15 will kick off with our next update on February 20th. And straight away, 2 new ancient Megalodon will be released upon the seas. You'll finally be able to set sail as an emissary for the Hunter's Call.
Yay!
Which is now expanded to rank 100, with rings of distinction for you overachievers. Along with the company expansion, there's now on-demand voyages from the quest table, with fishing and raid voyages providing company-specific treasure. In March, players will discover a new throwable item, the hunting spear, as well as encountering a whole range of new wildlife across the seas. And then closing out the season in April, you'll be able to track down the wild boar and set...
I'm going to say this right now, real quick. The throwable, the spear, I love it. Why did they not do that instead of the harpoon gun? I'm sorry. I'm a big negative person about the harpoon gun. I don't like it.
Set sail on a new on-demand Megalodon hunting voyage. I know everyone can't wait to get their hands on all the new additions arriving in Season 15, but I'm just as excited with the game performance improvements we've got arriving in this month's update. We've got game-wide improvements with the first phase of our server multi-threading work, improvements to how treasure is populated on shipwrecks, improvements when playing at higher frame rates, island optimizations, and various improvements to treasure items.
That is exactly what I was talking about. Things that make the game run smoother, better, and more efficiently, including the servers the computers are running the game itself. Very important.
There's then improvements to both treasure hand-ins and further improvements to trinkets, addressing performance issues in both of these areas. This update will also reduce the frequency of the burning blade in the rotation of world events.
Good. I'm done and sick and seeing that thing on the horizon and seeing nothing. Nothing. Just those 3 red spirals. I'm tired of it.
Primarily due to its current performance impact on the sandbox.
That too.
This is our second phase of work coming out of our performance bash, and it's a pretty significant set of improvements. We've seen good results from this internally, and performance in Insiders is looking positive. We're hopeful these improvements will provide the same impact to live.
Note that he said Insiders program. Just note that he said that right now.
But I'll hold on to my confidence rating until we see how they all land. Before I move on from performance, I wanted to talk about play in high frame rates. As the team have been diving into bug reports and feedback around game performance, we see a common trend where players with high-spec rigs are choosing to uncap their frame rates and begin to commonly reach average frame rates above 144. Sea of Thieves is currently optimized for 30, 60 and 120 FPS across PC and consoles, and you'll therefore get the best experience when locking your frame rate at one of these levels. Pushing up to 144 begins to show some signs of instability.
So I want you guys to understand. 30, what was it? 30, 60, and 120. Don't go higher than that, and don't go lower than 30.
But players choosing to step above that are opening themselves up to a knowingly degraded experience. Playing above our optimized frame rates will surface issues like rubber banding, inconsistent frame rate drops, and a degraded hit detection the higher you push. The first step here is sharing this information so you can make a more informed choice about how you want to play. So if you want to optimize for a more performant Sea of Thieves experience, consider locking at 30, 60 or 120 FPS. Uncapping or sinking above 144 is knowingly degrading the experience, and you do so at your own risk. We're going to keep an eye on this one as we continue to optimize performance across the game. And while we don't want to restrict the options you have available to you, we may have to consider that in the future if we continue to see players reporting performance issues.
So note that. Go 120 FPS, no higher.
Well above our optimized range. Next up, let's talk game security and player safety. So pack file use has gone through the roof recently, with both cheat users and hobbyists getting involved. We have a zero tolerance policy here, and manipulating game files to modify the experience is a bannable offense. The team are working to identify usage and secure our game files from this moving forwards. No timelines to share on this work yet, but this is now being prioritized. We're also investing further into protections for players who become targeted by malicious users on the seas, including our creators who've seen an uptick in targeted stream sniping.
True.
February's update delivers our next wave of ban evasion tech, with further detections to crack down on players circumventing game bans. As a reminder, this isn't a one and done thing. We'll continue rolling this out in waves in coming updates. This update also includes a range of protections against malicious activity under the hood, beginning to reinforce the systems that cheaters have been using to teleport and bypass various combat restrictions.
Good.
We know that the impact of cheaters is pretty significant at the moment. We feel your pain, and we're working hard to continue fighting back against their attacks, both in the areas I've mentioned here, but also the more secret things we're doing behind the scenes. And to finish off our game health roundup, I've got a few things to share on the game experience, as our February update delivers fixes to some common pain points. Ships appearing invisible at the start of an hourglass battle have been fixed.
I've seen that a couple of
Common
times.
locations used to prevent ships from sinking in order to cheese hourglass battles have been addressed. Inconsistent audio when bailing water and when ships are filling should now be much more consistent. The grapple gun should no longer flip players upside down. And then game stability improvements for PS5 players during crossplay are just some of the fixes landing in February's update. The team have also been working on some tools to allow us to restrict some common economy exploits we've seen surface following the voyage rebalance in Season 11, where crews were increasing their reputation and gold earn rates much higher than intended. Crews now purposefully starting and cancelling voyages repeatedly, trying to force a specific location, and now going to find that voyage is placed on cooldown, unable to be started again for a period of time. This small change should address many of our commonly reported voyage exploits without affecting genuine play. We've also developed tools behind the scenes to lock problematic voyages without the need to take the game down for maintenance, ensuring we can protect players should a voyage become problematic in live play. And finally, stay with me here, we're nearly done. I wanted to share an update on something I hinted at back in November. We've taken the impact of Season 14 very seriously, and it shone a light on a number of areas across our team where we didn't have strong quality control. While we've made changes ahead of Season 15 that already builds our confidence in quality, it's clear that we've been too reliant on our Insiders program. While Insiders will always be a fantastic last line of defense, we know the responsibility of quality delivery has to sit with us. In order to do that, we're going to be expanding our team here at Rare.
I'm just gonna say this right now. I understand and I agree with what he's saying there about the Insiders program, but in the same time, you gotta understand you're making it irrelevant to be an insider then. You're saying, okay, you're an insider, okay, yeah, okay, cool. Thank you.
And we're hiring experienced Sea of Thieves players to form a player experienced focused quality team, bringing more of your experience directly into the studio and closer to development. This will include assessing the quality of features in development through to tracking down issues reported in Insiders and live. I can't wait to get this new team on board. Our recruiters have been sourcing candidates, and we hope to get this team up and running in the next few months, bringing their lived experience and the voice of our players straight into our studio.
Can I work for you guys?
Clearly a lot to cover.
Can I work for you guys?
Here, and I hope it shows the efforts of our team addressing the issues that matter most to you.
In my dream.
Let's call it there. Catch you all next time, and happy hunting.
All right. So, interesting video, update information right there. We have one more video, all right? It is Captain Falcor's video on the update. And I want you guys to see what he says about the update. And I'm going to say right now, I agree with almost everything he says.
Shark curse, lizards, boars, jellyfish, spears. Oh, and this thing. Season 15 is almost with us, and it's better than waiting 2 months to hang off the edge of a ship.
Love his intros so much. His intros are the best.
Beautiful Buccaneers, Falcor here. So Season 15 is but a line cast away, baiting us all in with new features and new cosmetics. So let's dive deep into some of the features, and also laugh at me trying to think up sea puns for this entire video. Okay, let's not do that. Let's reel it in. Okay, this is not the time, nor the place. Okay, stop. This is a load of bollocks. So Season 15 is already shaping up to be a vastly superior season to Season 14, basically because if you really think about it, we've only had the entirety of Season 14 for about 1 month after numerous delays and poor development. Sorry, no nice way to put that, it was just poor development. But as fun as Season 14 was, it was more of a nose exhale rather than tangible excitement. But Season 15 looks to have some actual content, and not just essentially quality of life fixes which help us veterans make new players' lives a living hell. First of all, it's worth noting, and no matter how many times I'll note this, there will still be hundreds of people who don't listen and still say things like, "Is this all we get?" as soon as the season releases. Season 15 will be a staggered update, much like Season 6, where its features are slowly rolled out over the 3 months it is live. So let's go a little more in depth of what we'll be getting on launch. First of all, Hunter's Call representatives will all be stationed at outposts, and the reputation will be brought in line with other factions. 5 distinction levels, each level being 100 reputation. So essentially, 10 times more levels than we currently have. Emissary flags will now be available to increase your reputation and gold, and the very first quest that will come to the Hunter's Call will be the new fishing quests, where you locate fishing pools and islands to catch some massive new fish types around the world. On top of this, the faction will also offer raid voyages, so as the Hunter's Call you can take on world events representing them, and the loot you find in these raids will be bespoke Hunter's Call items. It's also worth noting that this stuff will also join the loot pool for washed up loot on shorelines. And now for the gravy and beef. 2 new Megalodons shall surface on release. The feared Redmaw. Finally, a video I speculated on almost 6 years ago has finally come into fruition. Hey! When you're right, you're right. What can I say? The feared Redmaw is a fiery megalodon that's not only an arsonist, but also has the ability to charge up its Super Saiyan and unleash a massive explosion, devastating anyone who doesn't know what a plank is. And the Barnacle Dread, which is actually the very first phased boss fight in Sea of Thieves. In order to damage this beast, you first have to remove its barnacled armor, and then fire at its weak spots to cause damage. The Barnacle Dread will also spawn electrical ocean crawlers on your ship during the battle. Now it's worth noting that both of these encounters will not be added to the regular Megalodon pool. What I mean by that is, you won't have to sit in the water for hours hoping that a Megalodon will spawn and then only have a 10% chance it might be a new one. No, these will be roaming Megs. Think of it like the Burning Blade, except you can't board them and sail around in them, even though that would be amazing. But perhaps there is a way you can also track them. You'll just have to wait until Thursday for that info. Now that's everything we'll be getting on Thursday, but moving on to what's to come, first of all, new wildlife will start popping up during the season's release, such as seagulls that will follow your ship, cute little ambient reptiles found in several locations, ambient boars on some islands that will find and stash loot at their dens, and jellyfish will be roaming the waters ready to sting the ankles of anyone swimming to a Fort of the Damned because they couldn't find a rowboat. Also a new interactable weapon type, the Hunting Spear. Much like the Mermaid Staff, this will be something you find in the game world. All we know is so far you can fling it at stuff, but I very much doubt that will be its only purpose. Hunter's Call will also get a new Megalodon hunting voyage, which has been much requested. You'll now be able to go and actually hunt Megalodons, rather than waiting for them to spawn. And before you ask, no, I very much doubt the Shrouded Lies will be added to the possible Megs you can hunt. Rare don't love us, remember. They want us to suffer, even though it doesn't exist. It's also worth noting that Twitch drops will be available on Thursday. You can grab yourself all of these items, and to be honest, these ones don't actually look that bad. Some actual legitimately good looking stuff in this Twitch drops. Also, this quest is a Gilded Ancient Isles voyage. I like that they're adding quests for Twitch drops. I kind of like this. These drops will be going live at 10 a.m.
And I probably will be live on
Thursday,
Twitch
and
that day,
of
by the way,
course, I'll be
guys.
live waiting for the servers to come back online. So hit that follow button to be notified when I go live, and remember to link your
Follow
accounts at
Falcor as well.
/Twitch drops to grab these
He's an awesome dude,
items.
and
All
behaving
links are
beardly.
down below in the pinned comments and of course the description. And that pretty much wraps it up.
All right, so I just wanted to explain to you guys the really cool stuff that could happen, and my reviews on the actual update. Really cool, really fun stuff. I really do think there's lots of interesting things that can definitely, well, definitely happen, you know. So remember, guys, I just came in here to make a video and a stream here I wanted to let you guys know I will be seeing about someone publishing and making this into an actual YouTube video. Hope to see you guys very soon. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the 7 Seas. All right, adios.